Hi everyone, it's Professor Kobenschlag. I just wanted to send you a video before your first speech is due to give you a couple tips to make sure you do well on it. First thing you want to do, make sure you read everything in Unit 4. Everything is in there for you. There's guidelines for the speech. There's a rubric, which is exactly how I'm going to be grading you, so you could see what you're getting points for. The best advice I could give you is to have that information printed out and with you while you're making your keyword outline for your speech. So be sure that you have an introduction for your speech, which should have an attention getter, credibility, all the things that are listed in Unit 4. So make sure you have an introduction. So don't start a speech by saying, "Hi, my name is Bill Kobenschlag and I'm talking about this topic." Don't start it like that. Start it with an attention getter. Make sure you have 3 to 5 main points in the body of your speech. A lot of people forget that and the body becomes very jumbled. So make sure you do have those 3 to 5 main points. And make sure you have a nice clear conclusion. You review your points again at the end and conclude. Don't end with "that's it." You don't want to end that way. You want to end a memorable way. It could be with a quote, a statistic, something like that. Speaking of statistics, any kind of information in your speech that is not your own, and it shouldn't all be your own. Any sources that you get, you should cite in your speech. By that I mean, let's say I got a statistic from the American Cancer Society about how many people get cancer from smoking, and it said that 35% of tobacco smokers get cancer at some point in their lifetime. I would say, according to the National Cancer Society, 25% or 35% of smokers get cancer in their lifetime. So make sure you verbally are citing your sources. So you should have at least 3 sources. So I should hear at least three times in your speech a source cited, because you want to cite at least each source. And anytime you give a number or a statistic or a quote, it needs to be cited to give credit. As far as recording, make sure you show your audience on the camera so I know they're there. Make sure you have questions from them at the end of the speech. Again, it needs to be at least 7 adults in the audience for you. And you've had a lot of questions about topics. Most of your topics seem good. The one thing I caution you about on topics is to make sure it's not a controversial subject. Make sure you're not saying something's good or bad, or something should be done or shouldn't be done. That's more for your persuasive speech, which is going to be the next speech. Okay. Speeches are due Monday night, by the end of Monday, end of day Monday. So as long as you turn it in and it's there waiting for me Tuesday morning, I'm happy. It will take me a couple days to grade them all, but I'll have them back to you. And you have an extra week to do your persuasive. So you have 2 weeks to do your persuasive speech. I would highly, highly recommend you wait to get my comments back about your informative speech before you do your persuasive speech, because I'm going to give you some areas to improve on, and I'm going to want you to take what I recommend, and I'm going to be looking that you can apply it to your second speech, your persuasive speech. Okay, so overall, again, the best tips I'm going to be able to give you here are to, number 1, follow the structure and the instructions, okay? Read Unit 4. You can't just give your speech without reading the instructions. When people do that, they fail the speech. You have to look at what I'm looking for and what you're getting points for. So make sure to open up that rubric. It's called Getting the A in Unit 4, and you'll be able to see exactly what you need to have in your speech, exactly what I'm giving you points for. Make sure you have main points. Make sure you have introduction, body, conclusion, and that it's structured. Make sure you cite sources aloud and that you have good information. Make sure you have a clear conclusion. Make sure you show your audience and have them answer questions. And above all, make sure you do not read directly from a paper. Okay? If I see you just looking down the whole time and reading, I could tell when people are reading. You will not pass. In order to pass, you have to be able to speak with your head up, looking at your audience. It's okay to look down once in a while at your outline. I expect that. So you should have notes, but they shouldn't be full sentences that you read. They should be more of just keywords or hints to remind you of what you want to say. Okay, so don't read a written out essay or paper. That's not going to work like that. You have to actually give the speech. You have to be speaking to the audience. So that's a major thing I'm looking for is, does it feel like you're just reading something, or does it feel like you're actually speaking? Make sure it feels like you're actually speaking, and be conversational. It should feel like a conversation between you and I. Okay, I believe that's everything. Stay within the time frame. It's 5 to 7 minutes. If you don't go under the time frame, make sure you hit the 5 minutes, and you don't want to go over 7 minutes, because then sometimes you tend to lose the interest of your audience. Those are the major things I could think of as of right now. If you have any questions, again, please feel free to email me. I've been checking email every day, at least at 9 a.m., sometimes twice, and again later. So trying to stay on top of everybody's questions and emails. You've had some great ones. This has been a good class so far, and I'm looking forward to seeing all of your speeches. If there's any trouble when you're uploading your speech, the Connect phone number is on the Blackboard homepage. It's an 800 number. You can just give them a call, and they should be able to help you. I don't really know the technical ins and outs of uploading. That's on them. That's their program. So you would have to call them. That's one area I really can't help you with. But other than that, I hope that these hints and tips help you, and make sure you go through Unit 4 really well and use all that when you're creating the outline for your speech and thinking of a topic and doing everything you need to do. Okay, take care and good luck. I'm looking forward to seeing them. Thanks.